Hello epic viewers from around the multiverse, prepare to indulge in experiencing sheer bliss, because today another riveting captivating stellar unboxing video is about to be brought to fruition. What item will I be unboxing? What item will I be opening? Without further delay, without further procrastination, allow me to elicit the box. What item is encompassed inside this bulky, hefty, tangible, nifty box? Let's find out. I'm going to demystify the answer to that inquiry right here, right now, so bear with me. It'll only take me billions of picoseconds to extract the item from the box and subsequently flaunt it in front of the camera for you to feast your glorious eyes on. Here we go, the unboxing process is about to commence. The unboxing process is officially underway. What have I extracted from the box? Let's find out. What's obscured by the envelope? Let's find out. We have none other than the Soldier of the Dead. He's from the Lord of the Rings action figure line. Is he a paradigm of resounding perfection? Is he the epitome of resounding perfection? Is he the embodiment of resounding perfection? I unequivocally believe so. Now, perhaps I'm exaggerating a bit, or perhaps not. Let's find out if he's meritorious. Unfortunately, the arm just came off, but it could be reattached at your own discretion. So, the joints are not as tight as they once were. Nonetheless, he still has tremendous merit. He's meant to wield a shield and a sword. He comes with his armaments, so you can equip his corresponding armaments at your own discretion. His hands are a bit pliable, so they can be bended. Alrighty, let me just equip his shield to render him more epic. Even though he's impervious to damage, since he's dead and immortal, he still needs a shield to shield bash his adversaries. He can cleave them, but I guess he prefers to be more dynamic and more versatile in combat. Let's delve into the nitty-gritty. So, as you can see, he has robust, stellar, state-of-the-art attire. I love the heraldry of the attire. The attire is quite aesthetically appealing. It looks like the attire of an ancient warrior. He has toe articulation. The toes are hinged. It may be arduous to discern from this perspective, but they can be bent backwards at your own discretion. And he also has two pecals embedded in the bottom of the feet. That insinuates that his knees are double jointed. I was correct. Any figure with toe articulation typically has double jointed knees, so it's not a surprise. Obviously the legs can be ascended or descended. They could also be stretched outwards a bit, and actually, never mind, they can't be moved outwards. The salient issue here is that the skirt encumbers the leg articulation, but it doesn't really matter because the wardrobe helps him obtain some semblance of balance, or I should say attain instead of obtain. The wardrobe helps him attain balance. Sorry about the blunder, I just rectified it. Let's move on. The arms have ample points of articulation. The elbows are double jointed. The hands can be swiveled. The forearms can be swiveled. When you swivel the forearms, it also rotates the biceps, so just be wary of that. They rotate in tandem with one another. They can't rotate separately from one another. And of course you have a head that can rotate as well. Looks like he's wearing some chainmail to augment his defensive capabilities. So, not a bad figurine. Now, the issues with him are that he cannot clench his shield. It looks like it's on the precipice, falling. Even though he's poised for battle, the shield is not truly intact. Perhaps I should use super glue or some type of twist tie to keep it wrapped around his hand. It's likely going to fall from his index finger and thumb once more. He doesn't have a sturdy grip on the shield. The thumb isn't really pressing too hard against the shield, and the index finger is meager and minute, so he doesn't have much latitude for wielding shields. You can't swap out his hands. He doesn't come with interchangeable hands, so that's an issue right there. Other than that, I mean, there's no real issues here. He has a sheath for his sword, which is wrapped around his waist. His wardrobe encumbers his articulation, but it's not too much of a gripe because his wardrobe allows him to attain some semblance of balance. A lot of figures can't properly stand up, but this figurine can, so that's always beneficial. The sword is painted a couple colors. The hilt is painted gold, and the blade is painted silver, so it's visually appealing. The shield just came off again. The shield has decent aesthetics. The eyes seem to be popped out of the sockets, so he has no pupils. There's just a void inside his skull. They look like the eyes of a black hole. He looks ominous. He looks sadistic. The irony is that he's heroic and valiant and noble and stoic, even though he has this intimidating anti-hero, villainous, menacing, malicious appearance to him. So they did honor their oaths at the end of the Return of the King film. They helped salvage Middle-earth by ridding it of evil, and for under $10 you can't go wrong buying a Soldier of the Dead. He initially came in a 5-pack, so it was a fortunate opportunity to be able to obtain him separately as a standalone figurine on the second-hand market, but it's not easy to find them for under $10, especially if you buy them individually, so I can't really complain. I love the deco of his wardrobe, I love his aesthetics, I love his shadings, I love his hues, I love his textures. His body's a bit flimsy and slender. I would have preferred if he was a bit bulkier, but it doesn't really matter. He's roughly 6 inches tall, so he coincides eminently well with a 6-inch action figure line. You can't go wrong buying a Soldier of the Dead action figure. He's quite intricate, and you'll definitely admire him, especially if you're an avid devout Lord of the Rings fan. So if you want to splurge on buying Army of the Dead, then by all means do so. But if you're going to do that, then make sure you buy the King of the Dead to go along with him. So here's a revered Soldier of the Dead action figure. He's renowned, notorious, and epic in every facet. Is he perfect? He practically is. I just would have preferred if he could more easily wield the shield. He has articulation in unnecessary points, such as in toes, but in requisite points he lacks them. such as the fingers. So just be wary of the shield slipping through his fingers. But other than that, I mean, there's nothing to be too concerned about. The joints aren't as stable as the joints of other figures. So, due to his old age, you may also want to reinforce the joints if you can. And not keep him next to a plethora of figures in which one falling could cause a cascade effect and subsequently trigger all the others falling. If his forearms falls off and causes another action figure standing adjacent to him to fall, then a domino effect could transpire. So I just would have preferred if he had a shield grip, but it's not the end of the world. They could have added some adhesive to his hand. That would have helped. So I'm buoyant, I'm content, I'm jubilant, I'm gratified. I just would have preferred if he could have been subtly refined, but I really can't complain for under $10. So for under $10, I'd rate him to be a 9 out of 10. He's nearly perfect, he's nearly impeccable, he's nearly immaculate. I hope that you found this video to be intriguing and enthralling. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.